Hello everyone, welcome back to 70s and 80s Talk. So today I'm going to be reviewing a modern album which has just been released this year. I talked about it in my previous reviews, I just haven't had time to fully listen to it because it's quite a lengthy album, especially if you're listening to the deluxe one as well, because there's 3 extra songs on that. So the album is Invincible Shield by Judas Priest. So I really like Judas Priest. Their heavy metal music definitely dominated the heavy metal scene back in the day. And from this review and from listening to this album, they've definitely still got it. Yeah, for sure, definitely. So it was released on the 6th of March. It's quite a while ago now. I've been listening to the songs, to be honest, since then, but I haven't really just fully reviewed the whole thing. But I did that last night, so that's why I'm recording the review today. I've got a bit of time. And that's the thing with me, like, it's literally finding the time to fully review an album and then actually doing the video, finding that time to do that video, because I'm a very busy person. So yeah, we've got Rob on the vocals, of course, and the rest of the band as well. One person that really stands out to me is their guitarist, Richie Faulkner. Unbelievable. I was watching videos of him last night, like live videos of him, and wow, like he takes guitar playing to a whole nother level. He really does. The whole band's really talented though. So yeah, it's their 19th studio album. 19th. They've released 19 albums. That's insane. What an achievement for them. What an achievement. And what an achievement for the success of this album, because it's reached number 1 in some countries. It reached number 2 in the UK albums, and it was number 1 in the rock and metal section in the UK as well, which I think is a brilliant achievement. I think that's right, those stats. I think. So Rob is 72, and his vocals are top notch. Like, he hasn't changed the way he sings. He sounds exactly as he did in the 80s. The power's still there, the grit's still there. As soon as you hear his voice, you know it's Rob's voice. Amazing. So the first song on the album is called Panic Attack. I think straight away it does have a modern sound to it. The intro is really good. Vocally, I think it's spot on. Rob's high-pitched vocals in parts work so well. His voice is very recognisable, like I just said, and unique. It's very heavy, which is obviously expected being a Judas Priest album. The drums really stand out in this one, I think. The guitar riff is really cool. It's a one you can bang your head to very easily. You've got that guitar solo in there, which just really is a skillful piece. It really is. And we get another solo, and it's another brilliant piece again. It's a great ending with the vocals and guitar being in sync with each other really well. Number 2 is The Serpent and the King. I really love this. Literally, I've said that and I can hear the chorus of that song in my head. When I first listened to it straight away, I loved it. Turned the volume up straight away. The chorus, where that is sung, that line, is fantastic. It's really catchy. It's a modern sound again, I think, but not too modern sounding. We're still keeping those kind of true heavy metal sounds in there. Yeah, it's still classic Judas Priest I wrote there. They've done it so well, I think, though, to capture both aspects of keeping it really who they are, but then having that modern twist on it, adding a bit of modern sound in there, and they've done it so well, to a point where the true heavy metal sound, you know, like the original, because you've got like heavy metal bands now, but they are different of what we were used to in the 70s and 80s. So I think a lot of bands have kind of, not just heavy metal, just any of those bands from 70s and 80s or artists, have tried to move with the times and have changed their music maybe a little bit too much, I think, which the fans haven't liked. But Judas Priest have really got it spot on here, definitely. They've really stayed true to themselves, and it shows such in a marvellous way, this album, how they've done this. The guitar solo really shreds. Scott Travis is a really good drummer, man. Really good. The drums in this album, the pace of it, how quick it is, it's really good. The song ends in a really quick way, which is just quite abrupt. But yeah, quite like that. Number 3 is Invincible Shield. The drums and the guitar work really well together. The verses glide so well into the chorus in this song, but actually all of these songs it does. Like, you don't even know you're going into that chorus, it just goes in so smoothly. Layered guitar in this one, so you've got the riff and then the guitar on top, which is great. Richie's solo is insane, really great. Straight out of 1985, it really is. It's catchy, this song, especially the Invincible part. The mash of guitars towards the end, what a sound that is though. And the screech to end the song. That is one thing I actually would say about this album. Each song, the ending is even like thought out and really well done to suit that song, because each song is slightly different. So number 4 is Devil in Disguise. It's a bit slower than the previous 3. It reminded me of Turbo Lover or You've Got Another Thing Coming. Vocally wise for the chorus, the way like Rob was singing it just reminded me of that, which was nice to have that link back to those songs, because I really like those songs. Another varying guitar solo and sound, brilliant. Number 5, Gates of Hell. I love the guitar, it's just brilliant. Then the beats of the drum. The album is so good, so good. Everything works so well, perfectly. Really, it is. They have wrote some really good songs here, and I really like Gates of Hell. I've been listening out for the bass in these songs, and I could hear it in pockets in Gates of Hell quite. It was quite obvious, where everything else dropped in sound a bit. You could really hear that bass guitar, and that was really nice to hear. It's a catchy song again. That's another thing I'd say about this. They are quite catchy as well. They're easy to kind of get to learn those lyrics and get to know when them sounds are coming and when the chorus is coming in and stuff like that. I really like with this song how it changes a bit, where you get more of a ballady sort of sound in it, and other songs do that a bit. It's not for too long, just a little bit in there. And then you get that guitar solo just come flying in, and to go from that to that is really cool, because that doesn't always work, but it works perfectly in this. It's just a lovely sound, it really is. The drums then just keep coming, like he's really hitting those drums. And then you've got those R's in the background quite quietly in there as well. Number 6 is Crown of Horns. Yeah, another one that I've been listening to quite a lot. The start is fantastic. It's a lovely sound from that guitar on its own. It's such a strong song, this one. Everything is timed so well. It just slots into place so well. The chorus is easy to sing along to, and you want to sing along to it. The guitar solo is again insane. Richie is really good, really good. Number 7 is God Is My Witness. I love the start of this. It's really a heavy, like again, proper metal song. It's fast. There's so much power in this song. It does remind me of Iron Maiden quite a bit. There's dabs of explosions of sound in there, the way I'd describe it, which adds to the intensity of the song. The drums bring a lot of power again though. The drums really do just oomph everything up in this album. The guitar on guitar again is really good how they've done that. It just creates a fantastic sound, and it's done really just in such a good way, which is the case with this if they've got it spot on. Head into the last quarter of the song, that sound with all the instruments and the guitars is just really what I like to hear. You wouldn't think that this album has been released in 2024. It is that good. Then you've got the little sounds of cymbals at the end. So number 8 is Trial by Fire. This song could easily be on Stranger Things season 5. I know it's set in the 80s and this came out in 2024, but it could easily come out in the 80s. So yeah, I could definitely see that on there, especially because in the song you hear like it's almost like a clock being struck sort of sound. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's like guitar or keys. What I don't know what it is. But I think yeah, I could definitely see that in Stranger Things. I always like when you can hear a song and it paints a scene. I think that just adds another level to a song and another level of how good a song is. The heaviness is really good in this song. It's a great heavy metal song. Rob's iconic voice is amazing. It really is. What a band! Just what an accomplishment it's been for them to produce this album, because it's fantastic. There's oars in there, which add another sound to the song, like singing. I'm not gonna do it because you know. I feel like they could have even added more of that in there and kind of intensity maybe like rised a bit. As they were doing those oars, kind of as the song was going up, they could have maybe done that. I wouldn't have minded that. But yeah, that is how you do it. That's how you do a proper heavy metal song and album, to be fair. Number 9 is Escape to Reality, which is why I listen to rock and heavy metal, to escape reality and block out any thoughts I have, you know. It's really good for doing that. The lyrics in this album are great. That's another thing I want to point out. It's quite like it's like poetry. I mean, lyrics are, you can class them as poetry, and they are very well written. I think this song is different. The feel of it seems more darker, more like twisted in a way. But that just might be my reaction to it. I was thinking, Rob sounds really like Ozzy, like really like him. And I was thinking, I don't know if they've done something with his voice or something. I was thinking, and I looked on the comments, and everyone else was saying the same thing. Like they thought it was like they could be listening to it and it could be Ozzy. The whole song sounded a bit like a Black Sabbath song. And I was like, oh, so it's not just me that thinks this. So I was glad that other fans picked up on that. Number 10 is Sons of Thunder. This song I actually just would describe as like literally is electric. It really is. The backing vocals work really well. We don't really have many backing vocals. I don't think Judas Priest are that band that really do backing vocals really. But to be honest, I haven't really listened to a lot of their stuff, so I don't know. They could have an album with a lot of backing vocals. I don't know. But with this song again, I could easily see that like on a film, like maybe like a scene of a load of bikers streaming down a road like Route 66 or something, and this song's playing. It just really paints the scene for me. It really does. I really like how Rob sings All Night. That particular, just those 2 words. I really like how he sings that. Number 11 is Giants in the Sky. It's a strong riff in this one. It's brilliant. How have they done this? It's insane, is what I've wrote there. I love every single song on this album. I really do. And I think with this being actually the end of the normal album, I think it's such a mystical end to the album, such a brilliant choice of song to end the album. This song is definitely one that would be stuck in my head when I listen to it more. Giants in the Sky, You Will Never Die. The guitar is brilliant again. Then it slows, and then there's such a change in the song, which is it's just lovely. It really is. And then again, you get that Aussie sounding vocals again appear, and then it so calmly glides back into that kind of the rest of that song. And I wrote here, legit smiling on my face listening to this, because it was just exactly like what I like to listen to, spot on. And that ending, wow, brilliant. With the drums and cymbals closing. But yeah, that is how it's done, and that's how you end an album. But one thing also I would say, like the actual choice of like song names are quite creative as well. They're quite like, I don't even know how to describe, but I just, apart from creative, really, like if you actually look at the names of the songs, yeah, pretty cool names. So they did actually release a deluxe album as well with 3 extra songs on. So I have reviewed those 3 extra songs. So the first one is Fight of Your Life. the sound of it reminded me of something like you'd hear on like American Hot Rod or one of those American car bike shows. It reminded me of something like that. Like, it could easily be like put on one of them, which I thought was really cool. The variation in sound works really well, how it drops in places and then goes back up again. Then the guitar solo, there's a few of them in there, just like small ones in there, just like almost like a snippet of sound. And again, it's a real thud on those drums, a lot of power, and yeah, it's a decent song, it really is. So the next one is A Vicious Cycle. Yeah, I wrote there such cool song titles. The guitar at around 2 minutes and 20 seconds. I guess you classify it as a solo. Reminds me of something that Thin Lizzy would have done, actually, like in the late 70s, early 80s. And he always has a way of singing and pronouncing words in a way that no other artist has ever done. And that's why he's so unique. And yeah. I mean, I was watching last night about when they were put into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and yeah, absolutely deserved, because they are absolute legends, they really are. And the last one is The Lodger, which I found quite different to the rest. It's a lot less heavier, and I wasn't that sure about this one. I wasn't that sure, but I'd only listened to it once, so I think if I listen to it more, I might like it more. I think it's one that will grow on me, to be honest. So overall, it's a great album. For 2024, for Judas Priest to be releasing this, I didn't think it was going to be as good as it was, just going off what other bands have been releasing. But this is absolute top notch. I will listen to every song on this album again. Brilliant. They still have that original heavy metal sound, and they are keeping that flame going. They really are, and it's amazing to see, and it's amazing to hear whenever these bands are releasing new stuff. It's all these fans, they get that excited feeling of wanting to listen, to experience those times again. Even a lot of the times these bands have gone too modern and it doesn't even sound like them, but Judas Priest have absolutely stayed true to themselves with that modern twist in there, with a bit of modern sound in there, and it's worked so well. Well done, Judas Priest, because honestly, this album is fantastic. It really is. So that is my review. Was a long one, this one. So what's coming up next? Billy Idol has released a couple of songs. So I'll be reviewing those. He also did some shows at the Hoover Dam, which I might talk about a bit as well, so that'll be a pretty short review. Scorpions review did quite well, so I'm going to be reviewing, I think, maybe Blackout. I think is probably the album I'm going to review next, I think. I had a list of like ones I was wanting to review next. I know there was like a few more modern ones, like I was wanting to, like with Def Leppard, I'm starting to go like out of the 80s now of ones to review. I haven't reviewed their first album. I have listened to it, but I haven't reviewed that one. Whitesnake, there's obviously loads of albums of theirs I could review. Thin Lizzy, loads of albums of theirs I can review. Survivor, I've got some of theirs. I think on my list I did have Billy Idol's Kings and Queens of the Underground, because I've been wanting to review that for a while because I really like that album. That was a modern album though, that was 2015 that was released. So yeah, there's a few things to expect coming from the channel. I don't upload that regularly because I am very busy, but I still want to keep doing reviews and putting them out there on the channel. So thank you for watching, everyone. It looks like summer has finally arrived here in England. Finally. Right, okay. Take care, everyone, now. Bye-bye.